So today, automations and AI. Um, I'm assuming that all of you have heard about all the AI, right? It's in the news, right? We've all heard this, and we hear about our students. They're going to cheat and do papers with the AI. And some teachers are embracing it and showing them how to do it, but also how to take that and research, because AI might sound official, but isn't necessarily accurate. But I was at a seminar, a conference last year, where a person, he creates CRMs, said, you are not going to lose your job to AI, but you're going to lose your job to the agent who embraces AI. And I went, all right, I see what he's saying. AI is not going to take over our job. They still need an agent to explain this. But if you have an agent who's faster on the ball, who's getting things going, who's currently in the, I guess, know of what's happening culturally and having things work, you're going to lose the business to that. So, I mean, we have a very secure job. I mean, in fact, I think ACA is probably a little bit more secure than Medicare in the coming years, because the baby boomer mark, we're on our way down. We already reached the peak of baby boomers. Well, the next group is millennial or Gen Xers. We're the smallest group. So all of these Medicare agents are going to be fighting for the smallest generation of people, Gen Xers. And we, as ACA agents, we have millions. So I think our jobs are actually in some ways more secure than any others that are out there. And if you get in now, we're not quite the ground floor. Those of us who've been here since the beginning, I'm already ahead of the new agents in my area who are now trying to sell ACA. You know, they're fighting against me, who already has thousands. You know, so that can be you. You're already going to be ahead of all the clients and agents who are going to start showing up. All right, so one of my first ones, for those of you, I'm going to share my screen. So there'll be a lot of screen sharing on here. Is screen one. This is Microsoft. I don't know how many people are using this website. I know for me, we're using Chrome. I mean, that's, or, you know, we're down here using Google. That's pretty much the one that works well. You know, they got rid of Internet Explorer, and I'm like, dang, you know, why do they have to get rid of the things we all know? And that's just gone. You really can't have Internet Explorer anymore. So this is the new Internet Explorer. It's really Microsoft Bing. When you just open it, I have it sitting here kind of on my tools down here at the bottom. When you just open it, it's going to have political stuff. I swear every time I see it, I got Donald Trump. There'll be something local. I don't know. Whatever the news is in your area, it'll be on here. But this little button right here is called Copilot. If you click that, you have access to Microsoft's Copilot for free. And I went, all right, let me see what I can get it to do. So I own a building, and in my building is a tattoo artist, and he was struggling to try and find the specific rental agreement he wanted for if he hires people to work with him. So I went, you know what, I'll make you one. I came in here, pulled this up, went, all right, I'm gonna try this AI. Here's the microphone. Please write me a rental agreement for a tattoo artist that is going to rent out chairs to multiple agents or multiple tattoo artists. He's going to charge $300 a month. First month is free. Second month will be $150. Third month will be $350. And he's requiring a 6-month commitment. Turn off the microphone, fix it. I know it said 150. Okay, 300 a month. First month is free. Second month will be 150. Third month will be 350, and he's requiring a 6-month commitment. And then I just submit it. And it wrote me, it's doing it.
Certainly. Below is a tattoo.
It starts talking. I don't like listening to it. I just turn off the talking response. And it wrote me one out in, like, as you can see, matter of seconds. I have an agreement. Now, I can just copy paste this, put it in a Word document, done. You can edit this. You know, okay, there's the client, contractor, artist, services to be performed. Remove anything regarding clients and put in the services to be performed. You will find your own clients to tattoo. And then I just tell it to edit what I wanted it to do.
Certainly.
So then it
Below is an adjusted tattoo artist.
rewrites it just like that. And it's already done. I can keep editing. I can say, take out 5 and 3 and 4. There will be no, whatever. You can do this with anything. So one of the reasons why I think this might be a little short is I want you to try this. I want you to go on Copilot. I want you to ask it something. One of the ones I asked it was create a business-to-business email with a new wellness benefit that will give their employees access to 30 different wellness benefits and save the employers $500 in payroll taxes per employee per year.
Subject, introducing our.
And there it goes. It's write me my email. I mean, it's just like that. Now, it's not going to necessarily be perfect. You could keep going there. You could keep editing it and telling it what you want to change. Make it smaller, make it longer, you know, make it more detailed. You can tell it what to do. And that just saved me. I don't know about you guys, but I am not somebody who likes to write a letter from scratch. I like to take a letter and edit it, make it more my language. Well, here you go. Okay, it's going to write it, and then I'm going to put it in my Word document or my email, and then I'm going to edit it to be in my language. Add a smiley face if it seems a little too stern talking, whatever. You can say, I want this to be a casual email. And that has saved me so much time, so much thinking about it. Now it pulled up all these things, key features of our wellness benefit package. Now I didn't tell it that. I just said wellness package. So it went out into the internet and found what is the average wellness benefit. So I actually can look on this and go, oh, none of this is right. Like it says access to holistic therapies. All right, I'll just take that out. So the Copilot thing is great. Now, if you have Microsoft, it is a Microsoft account or Microsoft program. You can go to copilot.microsoft.com and it's right there. I'm putting the address in the chat, but it's copilot.microsoft.com. And there's the Copilot right there. If you have Windows 11, which is going to be the new upgrade, it will be in your Microsoft automatically. Windows 11 still has some glitches, and so we don't have it at our office yet. I'm waiting until my IT people say, all right, it's a go. There is also, just so you know, side note, October of next year, you all have to get to Microsoft 11. So Microsoft 10 and below, they will no longer be helping. So kind of keep that in mind, make sure your computer is compatible, but it will have the Copilot built in. So that one is so easy. I will show you what the Copilot website looks like. Looks just like that. Copilot, your everyday AI companion. It will have things on here. You can actually have it, you know, make develop an intricate 5-course meal that represents different parts of the world. I mean, you know, try and have some fun with it, but you can do this for all of your insurance things. You know, they've got ones that are just up there. Like, I love this. Describe the perfect day for a walrus and give them a name. Like, what? But you can make it more creative, more balanced, more precise as far as how your chatting is. You can buy Copilot Pro if you want, but right now I can just do this. Or if you have a Microsoft account, you can sign in and then you can actually have conversations. You can have it last a little bit long. So this one is awesome. I have used it for some marketing. I've used it to help me create emails to business. I got somebody who I want to try and make a business proposal, kind of a business plan, to use this to help make a business plan. don't spend so much time on the little stuff, right? The thing you need to get is a person in front of you. Have this be helping you get those people in front of you and writing your emails. I'm going to use it for automated emails that I will be creating so that they can help me make a one-time thing. And then that's my automated email. It probably can create power slides. I mean, it's kind of amazing how much this can do. It can also, so one of the things I did is I created a letter, or I had an email, and I just copied and pasted, and I wrote in there, it says, ask me anything. I said, please edit this to be more professional. And then pasted that letter in and hit it, and it did it for me. So you don't even have to start from scratch. If you already have something you've worked on, a program. I haven't experimented with PowerPoint necessarily, but I certainly know it can create all kinds of things. I haven't had it create pictures for me because I'm a photographer, but you can have it make graphs for you to put in your PowerPoint slides. So don't be afraid of this. I think sometimes we look at, Chat GPT is, this really big thing and everybody's been talking about it. And every time I go to YouTube to look at it, it looks like, oh my goodness, it's overwhelming with how much there is. So this was my first delving. I just dumped into Copilot and went, all right, I'm going to try this because I have this new product that I really want to sell. So that's why I started with that and went, wow, look how fast that went. Showed a couple people in the staff. I showed Sam and she was just like, what? Mouth is opening, like this is going to save you time. And if you play with it a little bit more, you'll get better, right? And like all of these smart systems, especially if you can log in and it's you, it will get to know you better. Another automation that a lot of people don't know exist. Let somebody in. And it's not so much an automation, but it can make your life easier, especially if typing is not your main thing or spelling is not your main thing. This is Microsoft Word. Did you know you have a dictation button up here? Right there. You just push that. Look at that button. It will record everything you want it to do. You can hit the enter button. You can put punctuation. You can put your notes from your meeting in here. Heck, if you wanted to, if you don't want to buy a system that records your, stuff, you could just turn this on and let it record what you're saying. And once again, you can edit it afterwards. You could take what this says and put it in the Copilot and say, make this into a formal recorded notes. Put in punctuation correctly. And that's just on Microsoft Word. I did this the other day with my company's notes that I needed to put in. Now, if you're a fast typer, this might not work for you because it is a little bit slower. But if you're not a fast typer, or you want something to take notes in the back, yeah, Josh isn't fast. One of the ladies that used to work here, 0.12 this is probably much faster than typing in one letter at a time with these two fingers. That can be your note taker. That's why I was like, oh, look at that, there's a button. Why aren't I using this all the time? You can just turn that on in your office. You can also do that with Zoom. So on this, I have, and I think you guys all see it when you log on, it says that it's recording and it makes a summary of my appointment. I use this during open enrollment, during the renewals and stuff. I would just record, I'd be having my meeting, and instead of putting the video on, I would just take the AI's, it would say, here's the summary of what you just had. I get this for this meeting. If anybody would want just the summary, I can certainly send that to you. And my assistant looked at my notes and she said, the first time I saw it, it was like, wow. And then, wow, that's kind of creepy because it actually says what you're talking about and it generalizes. And then at the end, it says the next steps, so-and-so is going to follow this, or you're going to do this. It's not word for word. It's more a summary of the meeting. So that's on Zoom. In fact, I mentioned it to my business partner, and we have staff meetings where nobody's taking notes, but we're like, uh-oh, we forgot to, what is this? So we're gonna have Zoom in the background so we can get the summary of our meeting, and then that's gonna keep track of our staff meeting notes. So these are quick, easy things that you can use now. Zoom is free, and if you buy a package so you can have it for longer than 40 minutes, I think, or 45 minutes, it cuts it out. It's not very expensive. That's what I have. And it's not too expensive. All right, I'm going to show you one other in automations. And this is what we should all have, is a CRM. Now I'm going to show you my CRM. It's Agency Block. You do not have to buy Agency Block. All right. But some, if you're just starting out, might be more than what you need. The CRM world is changing. They are realizing they have got to get automations in there. And it's a relatively easy thing for them to add. So Agency Block just came out with some. There's Agent CRM. That guy is a tech nerd and has created a CRM around technology and AI and automations. If you can use Google Pilot and say, find me the least expensive CRMs for health insurance agents, it's going to give you that list. Redtail was who we used to use, and I know that one did at one point. It's $100 a month in unlimited users, and it worked just fine. There's all kinds of CRMs. So I'm just going to show you mine. Again, you don't have to use Agency Block, but they're all going to have something, to this extent. So this is what Agency Block just came out with. It's a leads system. And change around the office is always hard, especially when you have a CRM and we all do it the same way. And you kind of know it, right? You don't have to think about it. When you change things up, it's like, all right, is this going to be worth it or not? And I will tell you, me and the two kind of office people started digging into this, and I am so excited. This is going to free up so much time. We're going to actually take almost one person's job away in just what this can do. It's going to take over one whole person's job by automations. So when we make an automation, we stick it in here and we can tell it what to do. We can add tags, we can have it set up, we can have it send out text messages, reminders. This one's going to automatically send out a text message. And we've set it up to send out that text message reminding them of the appointment like 2 days in advance. We can have it send out, the emails are connected to our system. So we're going to set it up to send out automatic emails with our intake form. Just there it is. It's automatically happening. So all we do is type in this person's name. This one was to test. We add their email, we put them in, we make their activity. And I'm not going to go into how Agency Block works, but we made an activity and then we set it and we're done. There is now a pipeline that automatically knows as soon as we do this, this is what will happen. Send out the reminder, send out the intake form, put the existing couples. You can make it do all of that stuff that you have to on the back end do or a front end does. Right now, we have somebody who calls people to remind them to do customer service after 30 days or has to physically text them. The system's now just going to do it. It's just going to send out a 30-day customer service text and email. Can we help you? Did you get your cards? Is there any questions? Did you receive your packet? And we don't have to do it. The system's going to do it. We can also, and what we're going to set up in these things is when somebody tells you they wanted to talk about, it's automated workflows, they wanted to talk about dental, right? We can set up an automatic workflow in here that I say they asked for dental, but they didn't get it. And I can just instantly put them in this pipeline. So the system will send them out an email saying, hey, we didn't talk about dental. Here's the link to my dental plans. And here's a link to my calendar. And also you get a link, a calendar appointment to talk about dental, and you're going to get that sale and you didn't even do anything. You can do that with critical illness. You can do that with anything that's brought up, maybe, you know, especially during open enrollment, woo, open enrollment can be crazy, right? You're like, I got to get these renewals in, and they're like, oh, by the way, I'd like to get an accident and a dental policy, and you're like, oh, I do not have time for this. I have like 3 people in the lobby waiting for me. You can put them in a pipeline that just says, all right, you know what? I'm going to send you the link. We're going to send this up. So you're not losing that sale, but you're not putting people off. And yes, your agency block looks very different. That's because yours probably is down in the servicing. So they just added the sales. They're going to be offering it. If you have agency block, just so you know, they're offering it to you on your renewal date, if you would like to buy that extra thing. So find out if your CRM has automations. It is worth blocking off a week of your time to dig into it if they have it. Because if you can spend a week just getting this programmed, or having us, if you have support staff, getting it programmed, then it's just doing it in the background. You're sending out reminders of appointments. You're sending out your intake forms. You're sending out a customer service one. You can have it send them out a birthday email. Now we send them out birthday cards, but go ahead, send them an email or a text, you know, make as much of that kind of back end stuff automatic, so that your face-to-face is personal. You're talking to them about their situation, but the system is helping keep them up. So those are kind of the 3 I have. I talked about Form Doctor. You can set Form Doctor to send out automations, you know, and yes, this is being recorded. I always put it on the YouTube channel. And, you know, like I said, I'm hoping in later this year to bring on somebody who's got even some more, maybe somebody just to talk about Chat GPT. I mean, one of my people in the office, she loves it. She uses it all the time. And she's like, I will show you how. And I'm like, I don't have time. You do that. I think I even downloaded it on my phone, but it's there. But when I saw how easy the Copilot could work, when I took the time to just kind of block off and we looked at, you know, our agency block, Agent CRM, his automations are awesome. And he actually, I don't know, he might not anymore. He used to not be as busy. He could help you with software to do this. I actually looked up on the Copilot, because I'm like, all right, I'm going to ask them. And it came up with all kinds of AI for insurance agents, you know. I'll show you what my screen says. I was like, oh, you know, show me, because I'm not an AI expert. I'm an insurance expert, right? I know insurance, I know layering, I know ACA, I know group, that, you know, I don't know this stuff. So I put it in here, and 15 AI tools for insurance agents to consider. So it started talking about all kinds. You're like, oh, 15, maybe that's a little too much. Manage your data, AI for insurance agents, 7 strategies to stay ahead of the game. So they're talking about how to transform it so that it's doing this automatically behind you, so that you don't have to work at it. You do have to work at it at the beginning. You know, the first time you try and do a push-up or a pull-up, you got to work at it. But if you get it all set up, you don't have to anymore. So there's some really cool stuff. There's impact of AI in the future of industry, insurance agents. Some of this is AI that doesn't affect us, but affects our clients, because the carriers are taking this, right? The carriers, they have a shortage of workers just like everybody else. So they're having AI do so much of the stuff. So you need to see what that's happening. Microsoft came out with Copilot, and it admitted 50% of their programs are written by AI. 50%. So this is where the industry is going. This is where the world is going. If you can get ahead of it, if you can find your niche that's going to help you, you know, I don't want us to ever be the no-call agent. In fact, I denied entry to one of the Facebook groups because when I always check their profile, and that was his profile. No calls, no more confusion. I'll just get you signed up. And I'm like, wait, what? No, that's just not ethical. They should be confused so that you can help them. I mean, if they're the experts, what do they need you for as an agent? So don't be afraid of AI. Start really small. Copilot, easy, right? I mean, it was right there. You saw me. I just said some words. So And if it doesn't do it right the first time, because the first time I asked it to do a wellness benefit that I wanted to send out to businesses, it pulled up the employee retention tax credit thing or whatever. And I went, no, this has nothing to do with that. And it went, okay, sorry about that. And it redid it. So, you know, I want you to take, you know, I'm going to give you, unless there's a lot of questions, there shouldn't be. If there's anything else that you have question wise, let me know. The other piece of advice I would give you is to get Calendly. I had Andy Daster, who's the CEO of North American Insurance Services, is the one who said to me, your clients need to reach you however they want to reach you. No more of the days of you have to call me, because so many people don't make phone calls, right? They just don't anymore. And I thought about that and I'm like, all right, he's right. Because there are things our clients have to do, right? They have to give us permission. They have to give us intake forms. There's things that we have to make them do. But if I can make contacting me however they want to contact me easier, awesome. So they can call us by text. I can send out my Calendly link. I don't know how many of you, somebody's like, hey, when can we schedule? And you're like, I don't know, this day will work. And then 2 days later, they go, that'll work. And I'm like, sorry, that place is full. And you spend this back and forth. I'm like, oh my goodness. And now I just go, here's my calendar link. They find the spot, they put it in. So think about how your clients want to reach you. And Medicare, they're coming up, they're getting tech savvy because they're not the 80-year-olds anymore. You know, don't think of them as our parents or grandparents. They're us. They're the baby boomers that are going into Medicare now. Listen to disco. All right. You know, they're coming out of the office world. So how do your clients need to reach you? If you say it's only by phone, okay, that's fine, but be aware you're going to lose a good chunk and probably the younger generation. Jill, do you mind sharing the cost of agency block with the upgrade? I actually have no idea. I have somebody else who handles that. And we have a larger group. We have 16 people. So I honestly can't tell you how much it is. So we've got 17 people that are in there versus one person. So I know it's based on how many people are using it. We also took the full package for us. Our agency block is now going to handle our texting, our voice over IP. We're actually, this lovely phone is going away. We won't have phones anymore. It's just going to be through our computers and we're going to use our little headsets. And so they're doing the texting, the phone, emails are coordinating through there. So we are able to get rid of our Haymarket, which is our texting app. We're getting rid of our voice over IP company. And I know there was a couple others like Constant Contact. I won't need to do that anymore because it's going to be in the system. So we get to condense about 5 different companies that we're selling into one. So I know I think we end up paying $20 more overall per month, but now it's all in one system. It's all automated. If you can get a CRM that your phone calls can go through, because that's what this will be, it's automatically going to record it and put it on that client. And I'm like, awesome. I don't have to find the recording and attach it. So there's some really cool upgrades. Now it's new. If you're jumping into the agency block, just be aware. They did a lot of test piloting, but there's still some quirky things. The new lead system is awesome. Their workflow is amazing. And as soon as it becomes into the sales process, all those disappear. So it's going to be a year before, because they have leads and then they have sales. And so if it goes from the leads, there's all these amazing things it can do. And then it goes to sales and the pipeline's a little bit more narrow, but it will be coming. So I love having a CRM that does it all. I'm like, I love it and I hate it at the same time, because that means we are stuck with agency block till forever, because we're not going to get rid of all this stuff. But we do like having it. It just makes life easier. Jason, we have agency block now moving to AMS. How could we get someone to build our AMS like you? I don't know. Part of the agency blocks AMS is already in there. Take their trainings, find somebody I don't even care if it's your teenage kid who knows all this stuff, and go, hey, start digging into this. In fact, that's a whole nother tax advantage if you pay your teenager money, it's a tax deduction, talk to your accountant about it and have them dig into it and say, see how much automations we can do, because take that time to do it. I mean, we did it and they switched us over like that. It was kind of like, oh, you meant as of today. Like we never even realized that. So we didn't have a whole lot of time to prepare and all of a sudden things were happening. But now we're in there and we're so excited. There's so much automations that can happen. So that's it for today. Thank you very much. See you next week. Happy Easter for those who celebrate Easter. Otherwise, enjoy the week off. Melissa, does Calendly link to any current calendar I'm using? Can I have multiple people in Calendly at the same time? You can only have one Calendly link per person. So like I've got our agents and 2 support staff have a Calendly link. You can connect it to whatever you need to. It's connected to our Outlook. You can connect it to if you have a personal calendar. So yes, you can, and it's nice. And what's really fun is when I go to somebody else's Calendly link, it actually looks at mine and is kind of coordinating, and it'll tell me, oh, these ones are full for you, you know. So yeah, Calendly's getting smarter. Agency Block's got lots of things. So all of those, your CRM, whatever you are, probably has some. So, you know, try it, find it, 100% worth it. And then let me know.
Do they charge you per text, per line, per, you know, that's the only thing I've heard about these all inclusives is they charge you 30 cents per email.
No, because because our voice over IPs going through them, there is no charge for any of that. It's just included.
Okay.
No, I don't. And it kind of has to be in order for the texting. If you don't want to have it in there, Haymarket has worked great. That's who we use currently until our phones are switched over for texting. And it's very affordable. And it's worked awesome. And you can do mass texting or you can do, you know, one-to-one texting. So Haymarket, that's the only one I know. I know there's plenty of them out there. That's just the one that we used is Haymarket.
Do you think this CRM would support all the different types of insurance, right?
Yes.
The cancer policies, yeah, it is. Okay.
It's
And
definitely geared towards Medicare. It's got now an automatic scope of appointment that can be on there. And you can tell Medicare was their chassis and then they've added other stuff, but you can customize it as much as you need to. Okay.
And did you look at Go Guru and all the others to?
I did not. I've worked with Smart Office, which I also really liked at the time. I'm not sure what they've done now, but there's some things about them that I loved. We went to Redtail, which is a more simplistic because it's inexpensive. It was $100. And then we switched to this. We went to Agency Block. The main reason we did, which was 4 years ago, was because they have a commission tracking module.
Does that work?
It does. Can be a little clunky. But yes, we can put all the commissions in and then it tells us which agent, if they're getting commissions or whatnot. I know agent CRM, like I said, that was something he was working on. It may already be done. So there's lots of them out there. So if you're thinking of switching to a CRM, interview them. The thing that I absolutely hate about Agency Block is their calendar. So, I mean, it's just stupidest calendar you've ever seen in your life, which should not be hard to make. And there's some other things about it. I don't know if there's a perfect CRM. There's other things about it that I don't like, but it's got the things that we like. And I love this automation now.
So do you own everything that you do? If you use that for social media marketing and everything else, is that something, if you said, I don't want to work with you anymore, all your templates and everything are able to be pulled out of there? I mean, that's.
Oh yeah, it's all yours. It's all your stuff.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if we've never used it for marketing, but you could, if you do like a mass email through it. Yeah, it's all yours.
Okay. I thought you were saying you were using it for marketing, for social media and pushing and stuff.
Not for social media. We have not, but we can use it to send out mass emails and we can use it to send out mass texting.
Do you have an AI automation for social media?
Not AI, not automatic, because we have to have somebody, we want somebody to go in there, and the month of October is the theme of critical illness and the month of November is whatever. So, but we're using, that's a different social media stuff's a little different.
Okay.
I got somebody who puts everything into one platform and then it sends it to Facebook or Instagram, or we haven't made a TikTok yet, but that's an option.
Okay, which
and LinkedIn.
platform do you like for that? I was looking at
Um,
some of those.
I don't know if I can remember the name of it off the top of it. Go Edgar.
Go Edgar. Okay, thank you. Last question. How soon do you think needing this big, robust CRM makes sense if you're starting out?
It kind of is where when you get to the point of I'm doing too much back office, you need to move over. You know,
Okay.
now if you've got the money and you're like, because again, I don't know what this costs. I really don't. But if you've got the money to get a little bit more robust one and maybe not add all the add-ons, you don't have to have all the add-ons. So you can just have agency block just as it is. And then it's like, all right, you know what? Now I want it incorporated. Now I'm going to buy that add-on. All of the CRMs are going to have add-ons that you can buy. Smart Office, man, that thing has so many bells and whistles and stuff. And then they had stuff that we didn't even purchase. So, and then it was like, oh, you can add on. So that's the thing I would probably, if I was starting off knowing what I know now, is find a CRM that can be simplistic, but then is easy to just add on as you grow versus having to switch an entire CRM into a new one. Oh, that was not fun.
That's what I'm trying to avoid.
Fun at all.
I don't want to be in that position. I'm like, well, you get all these files and then you add them. I'm like, wait, I'm at how many? This is going to be a problem, I think. Okay, thank you.
So Marshall, he just put one there. He said he'd be happy, Marshall Watts, he said he'd be happy to be a resource for people with questions on CRM. He built his agency on Go High Level. So unlimited users can be far less expensive than agency block, has everything except commission tracking. So, we only did commission tracking because my business partner, that was his big thing. He wanted to keep track of that. And now North American, if you plan to grow a big agency, agency block is nice because you can put your agent in kind of a silo and they don't see anybody else's info, which that part's kind of nice. We don't work that business model, but North American Insurance Services recently got agency block because they had two different CRMs trying to keep track of stuff and they put it in agency block. So you can switch it. The agent CRM, Go Guru, all of those are, Go Level. There's a lot on there. Commissions was just one that we kept track of. And I personally not sure if it was worth it, but just for that part, because their calendar I hated their calendar so much. So we still use our calendar for everything. Melissa started with the basic $75 a month to house your data and then added on. I was 500 clients when you chose this. So yeah.
Okay.
And Marshall, for those who sticking around, he did put his email in there. If you want to talk to him about it, shoot him a text. Thank you, Marshall. That's very nice of you to offer your expertise in that area. All right. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Hey, thank you. That was great. Have a good Easter weekend.
You too.